If you're just joining us here on Kababayan Today, kasama natin ang women panel. We're talking about relationships at pinag-usapan natin kanina, importante ba ang courting? It was a decision among all the women na importante pa rin nililigawan miski kasal na, di ba? Araw-araw dapat nililigawan ang inyong partner to make them feel that they are special and loved. Now, let's talk about age difference. Does this matter in a relationship? Let's start it off with Tita Carol. Tita Carol, importante ba?
I don't think so. As long as there's some commonality, I don't think that age would make a big difference.
Okay. Tita Norma, is age an issue when it comes to a relationship?
No, it's not.
So, sabihin mong 50 years old ang lalaki, tapos ang partner niya 20 years old, okay lang yun?
Okay lang yun, depende. Huwag naman yung 50 years old na nakahiga sa kama, no?
Yung nakakatayo pa.
Yeah, nakakatayo. He plays tennis, he swims, he's good looking, he takes care of himself. So, no, it's not important.
Okay. Interesting. Kat, hindi rin.
Yes.
Okay. So, have you dated men younger than you?
I have not. I have yet to do that, but I have dated men older than me. I was actually with a guy that was over 15 years age difference. And
15 years is not a lot.
It was over 15.
Okay, over 15 years.
I won't tell you how many years, but it was over 15. And as long as there's like commonalities and you guys have the same interests, I think it's okay.
Okay, ikaw, Alison, importante bang age difference? Oo or hindi?
Maybe lang. Maybe lang.
Oo at hindi. It depends then.
I think it depends, and I actually been thinking about this, and I think that it is definitely about age and where you are, and I think in terms of like same-sex coupling, I think the other factor is also where are you in your coming out process? How public are you? Does your family know? Does your work know? Who in your world can support you courting someone or dating someone?
Because it's important that your relationship is supported by your peers, correct?
And just that you get to be your full self in that relationship. So I would say,
Depending.
Yeah, depending. And then almost it's like your chronological age and then almost your coming out age. Like there's a coming out puberty, I think that happens if you don't do that when you are chronologically going through puberty. Yeah, so in my 20s, I was having a coming out puberty. So I was my own age, I'm very mature, but then what does that mean to be in a mature woman-to-woman relationship?
I see. That's very, very interesting. Okay, alam naman natin na sa Pilipinas, this is something we need to talk about. A lot of older foreign men go to the Philippines to find a Filipina wife. How do you feel about that? Kat?
I don't think that's the right way. I mean, it depends on what their motive is. Is it just to get someone young, or is it, I mean, is it truly for love? And how are you meeting this person? Is it all mail order bride status, or are you going over there hoping to meet someone that you have a connection with, and then falling in love and then marrying?
Okay.
I mean, it all depends on the situation,
Right.
I think.
Carol, how do you feel about this? Because I live in the part of Manila, in Makati, na nakikita ko palagi. I see a lot of older foreign men, kasama nila yung mga batang babae. And sometimes, you know, it's not a match eh. Alam mong, iba to, di ba? I'm married to a Caucasian, and so I don't want to ever feel that I'm looked upon in that way. You know, I don't want to judge, but it's difficult not to. How do you feel about that?
Well, during your time, siguro Makati, when I lived in the Philippines, it was Ermita, where you'd see these older foreigners with young, I mean, almost
Child prostitution? Almost.
Yeah, almost. And I'm, you know, it's not so much the age difference, but it really borders on trafficking, I think.
Yes.
What is the purpose of why the fixation on Asian women or Filipina women? It's really hard to tell, pero you can kind of generalize to a degree that there's some kind of trafficking that can be. Trafficking isn't just, you know, hitting them in the head and putting them in a boat. It includes these kinds of marriages, sham marriages.
This is a very difficult topic to talk about.
Yes.
Child prostitution, you know, because it happens. And especially in the Philippines, I see it all the time. It's hard to turn a blind eye to it. Tita Norma, pag-usapan natin, I know you're married to an American, di ba? Hindi Pilipino. Alam naman natin na mayroong mga Amerikano na talagang hilig nila ang beauty ng Pinay.
That's true.
Di ba?
That's true.
And they even have a term for it. Alison, I know that there was a term for it back in the 70s. I'm not sure what it is. But when you
Yellow
like
fever.
Asian women, yellow fever, is that what it's called? Oh, what can you say about yellow fever?
You know, I've been to Cuba, and in Cuba it was disgusting.
Oh,
It was disgusting.
dahil?
Mga Russian, di ba? Ang itsura nila malalaki ang tiyan. You know, nananaba ako. And they were with these young Cuban girls. You know, in Cuba, prostitution is supposed to be illegal. Okay? But they tolerate. They tolerate. So, hindi maganda sa tiyan ko. Now, sa Filipino, ganun din. When I was back home, 12 years ago, nakita ko yan. Even in the province. And I thought, sa Manila lang. Hindi, sa probinsya.
Nako, itong topic na to hot topic. No, this is not The View, this is Kababayan Today. We'll be right back, don't go away.